The Book of One. Maccabees is a powerful testament to courage, faith, and the unyielding spirit of a people. This ancient text, part of the Apocrypha, offers a window into a time of great turmoil and resilience. It chronicles the struggles and triumphs of the Jewish people during the 2nd century BCE, a period marked by oppression and resistance. The narrative is set against the backdrop of Judea, a land rich in history and tradition. The Jewish community faced immense challenges as they sought to preserve their cultural and religious identity in the face of external pressures. This historical account, found in the Apocrypha, tells a story that resonates through the ages. It is a tale of defiance, where ordinary people rose to extraordinary heights to defend their way of life. The events took place in the 2nd century BCE, a turbulent period for the Jewish people. During this time, the Seleucid Empire sought to impose its culture and religion upon the Jewish population, leading to widespread unrest and rebellion. The narrative unfolds in Judea, a land steeped in ancient traditions and sacred history. The Jewish people, deeply rooted in their faith and customs, found themselves at a crossroads, forced to choose between assimilation and resistance. The Maccabee family, at the heart of this story, became symbols of defiance against tyranny. Led by Judas Maccabeus, they orchestrated a revolt that would become legendary, inspiring future generations to stand up against oppression. Their story is one of unwavering commitment, strategic brilliance, and profound sacrifice. The Maccabees demonstrated that even in the darkest of times, hope and determination can light the way to freedom. The book explores universal themes of religious freedom and the fight against cultural assimilation. It serves as a reminder that the struggle for identity and autonomy is a timeless one, echoing through history and resonating with people across the world. The storm clouds gathered ominously over the ancient city, signaling a period of great turmoil and change. This era of uncertainty began with the ascent of Antiochus IV Epiphanes to the Seleucid throne in 175 BCE. Known for his ambitious and often ruthless policies, Antiochus sought to consolidate his power and expand his influence across the diverse regions of his empire. One of his primary objectives was to unify his empire under the banner of Hellenistic culture. This cultural imposition, however, clashed violently with the deeply rooted Jewish traditions and religious practices that had been preserved for centuries. As Antiochus's policies grew increasingly forceful, a dark shadow was cast over Judea. The atmosphere in the ancient marketplaces and streets became oppressive, filled with fear and uncertainty. Determined to dismantle Jewish religious practices, Antiochus issued decrees that forbade the observance of the Sabbath, the practice of circumcision, and adherence to dietary laws. These actions struck at the very heart of Jewish identity and faith. The possession of the Torah, the sacred text of Judaism, became a capital offense. Soldiers were dispatched to search homes and confiscate any religious scrolls they found, further deepening the sense of persecution. The ultimate act of desecration occurred in 167 BCE, when Antiochus ordered the Jerusalem temple, the holiest site in Judaism, to be profaned. Soldiers stormed the sacred grounds, violating its sanctity. An altar to Zeus was erected within the temple, and swine, considered unclean animals in Jewish law, were sacrificed upon it. This act was a profound spiritual wound, an affront to the Jewish faith and community. This period of intense persecution created a deep crisis within Jewish society. Families mourned the loss of their traditions and the desecration of their sacred spaces, while the community grappled with the overwhelming pressure to abandon their faith. The growing pressure to conform to Hellenistic norms set the stage for an inevitable confrontation. Jewish leaders and community members began to prepare for a struggle to preserve their identity and religious freedom, knowing that the path ahead would be fraught with challenges and sacrifices. In Modine, resentment against Antiochus's rule boiled over. The catalyst was Mattathias, an elderly priest of the Hasmonean family. When officials demanded pagan sacrifice, Mattathias refused. He killed an apostate Jew and the king's officer, tearing down the pagan altar. Mattathias cried, "Let everyone who is zealous for the law come out with me." He and his sons fled to the hills, gathering a following. They embarked on guerrilla warfare, tearing down pagan altars and punishing collaborators. Mattathias provided the initial spark and moral leadership for the revolt. Upon Mattathias's death, leadership passed to his son Judah. Mattathias had laid the foundation for the revolt, but it was Judah who would take it to new heights. His father's death was a turning point, marking the beginning of a new era in the struggle against the Seleucid Empire. Judah, a brilliant military strategist, earned the nickname Maccabee, the Hammer. This name was not just a moniker but a testament to his ability to strike powerful blows against his enemies. His tactical acumen and fearless leadership quickly became legendary. He transformed scattered rebels into an effective fighting force. Judah's ability to unite and train these disparate groups was crucial. He instilled discipline, boosted morale, and created a sense of purpose among his troops. His leadership turned a ragtag band of rebels into a formidable army. Judah's early campaigns were marked by astonishing victories. These triumphs were not just military successes but also psychological ones, instilling fear in the hearts of their enemies and hope among their own people. Each victory was a step closer to their ultimate goal. Battles at Nahal el-Haramaya, Beth Horon, and Emmaus showcased his tactical genius. In each of these battles, Judah employed innovative strategies that outmaneuvered and outsmarted the larger and better-equipped Seleucid forces. His ability to adapt to different battle conditions was unparalleled. These successes demonstrated that the Seleucid army was not invincible. Judah's victories shattered the myth of their invincibility and proved that a determined and well-led force could stand up to even the most powerful of enemies. This realization was a turning point in the rebellion. Judah's leadership inspired deep loyalty and hope among his followers. His charisma and unwavering commitment to their cause earned him the respect and devotion of his men. They were not just fighting for their freedom, but also for a leader they believed in wholeheartedly. King Antiochus IV ordered his regent Lysias to crush the rebellion. The Seleucid leadership could no longer ignore the growing threat posed by Judah and his forces. They realized that this was not just a minor uprising but a significant challenge to their authority. Judah's leadership was characterized by military prowess and deep religious conviction. His faith was a source of strength and inspiration, guiding his decisions and actions. This combination of military skill and spiritual fervor made him a unique and formidable leader. The early victories were a powerful affirmation of faith and a step towards reclaiming religious freedom. Each triumph was not just a military win but also a spiritual victory, reinforcing their belief in their cause and their determination to fight for their religious and cultural identity. Following victories, Judah Maccabee liberated Jerusalem in 164 BCE. The temple was found desecrated and overgrown. Judah set about cleansing and restoring the temple. Priests purified the site, removed the pagan altar, and rebuilt structures. A great celebration of rededication was planned. According to tradition, a single cruse of oil burned for 8 days, leading to Hanukkah. The rededication began on the 25th of Kislev, the same day the temple had been profaned. The festival of Hanukkah commemorates this pivotal event, a victory of light over darkness. The rededication of the temple did not end the conflict. Judah faced continued military campaigns as the Seleucids sought to reassert control. Despite setbacks, Judah's resolve remained unbroken. He sought an alliance with Rome, securing a treaty of friendship. The treaty provided international legitimacy and a powerful ally. The Seleucid general Bacchides posed a new threat. In 160 BCE at the Battle of Elassa, Judah was vastly outnumbered. Judah and a small band of followers chose to fight rather than flee. Judah Maccabee was killed, but his legacy of courage laid an indelible foundation. After Judah's death, Jonathan Apphus succeeded him. Jonathan adopted guerrilla tactics, rebuilding strength and waiting for opportunities. Internal power struggles within the Seleucid Empire provided openings. Jonathan played rival claimants against each other, gaining concessions. In 152 BCE, Alexander Ballas appointed Jonathan as high priest. Jonathan's appointment established a new Hasmonean dynasty. He fortified cities and expanded military forces. In 143 BCE, Trypho captured and executed Jonathan, but his leadership advanced Jewish autonomy. After Jonathan's murder, Simon Thassi became leader. Simon acted decisively against Trypho, rallying Jewish forces. He allied with Demetrius II, gaining Judea's independence in 142 BCE. Simon's rule brought peace and prosperity. He captured remaining Seleucid strongholds including Joppa and the Acra fortress. Simon was acclaimed as high priest, military commander, and ethnarch. His leadership brought stability and national pride. Simon's wise guidance achieved a free Judea governed by its own laws. Simon's reign ended in tragedy with his assassination in 135 BCE. His son-in-law Ptolemy murdered Simon and his sons. Simon's third son, John Hyrcanus, escaped and succeeded him. John Hyrcanus consolidated Hasmonean power and expanded territory. The Maccabean legacy ensured the survival of an independent Jewish state. The Book of 1. Maccabees champions resistance against tyranny and cultural annihilation. The Maccabean Revolt was a struggle for religious and cultural identity. The legacy of the Maccabees is one of courageous leadership and an unyielding spirit.